Hey guys, today I wanted to do an anti-haul. So if you guys don't know what these are, which you most likely do, they are a video where I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk to you about products that I am not going to buy and why. Basically, it is the exact opposite of a haul. I believe the person who originated this is Kimberly Clark here on YouTube. I think it is such a genius idea. I have done a couple of these in the past and I will link those in the description of this video. And I am just going to get into the stuff that I'm not buying it. Disclaimer, because every YouTuber in the world doing an anti-haul has to do a disclaimer. If you guys love these products, great. I think that's so cool. For me, they just don't do anything for me. There is a trillion makeup products out there right now that are launching or have recently launched. It's unlikely that I'm gonna like 100% of them. And you know when you just see something, you're like, that doesn't send me. These don't send me. So if you love these, no hate, I think that's wonderful. I'm just not really into it. So the first item that I am not going to buy is anything from the Fenty Beauty Holiday Collection. Okay, before any of you guys come for me, just hear me out, okay? Specifically, I'm talking about the eyeshadow palette. It does nothing for me. I went to Sephora, I looked at it, I swatched it. Don't. Fenty is one of those brands that you cannot say a single negative thing about or you are canceled. Apparently. I did not have the most positive feedback to give on the initial launch, especially given the Pro Filter foundation. It looked really, really bad on me. It was very, very dry. I actually ended up returning it after the one use for that video. It was just bad. It didn't look good on me. It just was so dry on me, and this palette in particular does nothing for me. I know this is weird and I know this is everyone's love with it, but the way the pans are turned into the diamond shape, I don't know what it is, but it like drives me nuts. Maybe it's because it's not in line with the top and bottom and how they point downwards and how I'm very weird about things being symmetrical and even. I do love a good asymmetry if it's done correctly. For some reason, this just doesn't do it for me. The colors are all shimmers, so they are essentially considered eyeshadow toppers. So you like pat them over the top of an eyeshadow. For me, I have so many things that this wasn't revolutionary to me in the way that it's fine, but it's just not something I'm going to buy. And I'm sorry to all you Rihanna fans out there. I am also a Rihanna fan. I like her, but I will not be buying this at all. The second thing that I will not be getting is anything. I can't believe I'm even saying this because I literally had it in my hand the other day when I was at Sephora and I was about to purchase it and I was like, Kristi, what are you doing? Pat McGrath Mothership collection. There are 3 palettes that launched and I have watched a couple of reviews on them now. I typically tend not to watch reviews on products because I like to create my own idea of what the products are after I try them. So I went to Sephora and I swatched the one with the green shade in it, which I'll be putting up here. Oh my God, the shades are some of the most sparkly, beautiful, reflective shades that I've ever swatched. I swatched the top 3 on the right. Like there's like a gold, there's a champagne-y color, and then I also swatched the green. Beautiful. I mean, when I had them on my fingers, I was just walking around in the lighting like just baffled. However, I realized in that moment, $125 for an eyeshadow palette? Are you fucking kidding me? There's like, what, 10 shades in there? Maybe, is it 10? Well, let's take a look. 10 eyeshadow shades for $125. That is $12.50 per eyeshadow. The packaging on these is really cool in the way that it has like that little undoable bindery type of feel to it. However, I watched Sam's video, Samantha Ravendall here on YouTube, and she made one really valid complaint, and that was that the packaging is exactly the same on all 3 palettes once you take the palette out of the casing. So they're just black palettes, like black shiny casings, and they have no markings that show you what it is. So you have to open up the palette to get to the eyeshadows. I know that's not that big a deal, but for me, if I'm paying $125 for these eyeshadows, they need to change my actual life. From what I understand, these will not be doing that. So I will not be getting them. $125 for an eyeshadow palette with 10 shades in it. I know you're a celebrity makeup artist. I know this, but that's like, really? I just can't justify it given the amount of makeup that I have. Maybe if you're a huge Pat McGrath fan and you need to have this in your collection, fine. But for me, there's no way I would ever drop $125 on an eyeshadow palette that realistically I'm going to use like once or twice a year. It's just not gonna happen. The next product that I'm not gonna buy, man, a lot of eyeshadow palettes. is the Tarte Toasted Eyeshadow Palette for a few different reasons here. So I like Tarte as a brand, and there are some Tarte products that I will use through and through and will be like my holy grails forever. Shape Tape. I love Shape Tape so much. I'm wearing it on my eyes today. It just makes my under eyes look absolutely beautiful. It covers everything like a dream. There are some other Tarte products that I really, really love. Their eyeshadows though, no ma'am. There's just something about them that I find to be very lackluster. Now when I look at this palette, I'm drawn to it. Do I like warm tone shades? I'm gonna say I do. This is, by the way, the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, and I love it. With the new Colourpop liquid things. What are they called? Drawing a blank. Colourpop Razzmatazz? Colourpop Retrograde? What are they called? Supernova. Right. You guys can tell I like warm tone shades, okay? I am not opposed to it. It's actually my favorite tone of eyeshadow. Shocker. A YouTuber that likes warm tone shades. The issue I have with Tarte Toasted is that for me, I think it's a beautiful palette and I would try it. If they sent it to me in PR, like I would try it. I don't get Tarte PR. They don't acknowledge my existence yet. Maybe one day, hopefully. I want to go tripping with Tarte. When it comes to Tarte eyeshadows that I know some other people are like obsessed with, but for me, I have issues with them being patchy. I can't get them to blend for my life. I don't know what it is. Whatever they're made of, whatever ingredient or whatever formula they use, something about it doesn't sit well on my eyes. And I also find that they sort of irritate my eyes. There's some sort of ingredient in there that just doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is, but I just wish I don't know. I have the Tartelette palette, and I've also tried the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I also have like maybe 4 other Tarte palettes, and there's just something about them that I never reach for. I find that their shimmer shades are very soft, but not in a metallic soft way, in a crumbly soft. And it's odd, and I don't find myself ever reaching for them, and I would never buy this palette for that specific reason. I also feel like it's a little late to the game. As far as warm tone shadows go, we could have used Tarte Toasted about a year ago. I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but for me, the amount of warm tone palettes that are out there right now, there are so many good ones that at this point, I think Tarte would have been better off releasing this palette a year ago when that was all the rage. Right now, it just feels like one additional warm tone palette. Although, I did buy 3 Morphe palettes today, and 2 of them are warm tone, so who the fuck am I, man? I think that Tarte overall as a brand is really, really great. I just find that this palette is something that like, I went and looked at it at the store and I touched it and I swatched it and I thought, I just have 50 other palettes that look just like this. So I'm gonna pass on Tarte Toasted, but if you like it, hey man. All right, the next products that I am not going to be purchasing at all are the Too Faced Unicorn Collection. Cause, bruh, I just, why? You guys have probably seen this all over Twitter in the last few days. People are dragging the shit out of this whole launch. And I feel kind of bad for Too Faced because in a way, it just seems like whoever is on their marketing team is just a little bit behind in creating new, exciting, and hip and with it products. A unicorn collection was so 9 months ago. Unicorns were hot for a hot minute, and now they are cold as fuck. People are over it, and I am one of those people. I think that had they come out with this maybe in the spring, but just to launch this in the fall when everything's kind of gearing towards the more warmth and cozy and, you know, holiday, and then to be like, but unicorns though, and then we're like, but no. I think the whole collection was well thought out, but I think it just came at the wrong time, and I feel like the mass majority of people agree with this statement. From what I have seen, I think I don't know if it was Trend Mood. I think it was Trend Mood on the page I saw. It didn't go over well. I feel kind of bad for Too Faced because I feel like they're just a little bit behind on the times. But you know what? Good on you for trying. I'm not gonna buy it. All right, so Maybelline. Gigi Hadid. I'm not going to be buying that for a plethora of reasons. Maybe I might get something from the collection, but the likelihood is rare. So for me, what happened to drugstore pricing? I don't know. I am a little bit baffled at the pricing of which I have seen from Maybelline. Collaborations tend to be a little bit more expensive because obviously a portion is going to the brand, a portion is going to the person that is being promoted with the product, i.e. Gigi Hadid. For this and me, Eyeshadows have come a long way, a long way. I mean, look at what eyeshadows were 10 years ago versus what they are now. I mean, we now can get some of the most incredible pigmentation out of like shades that are under $1 each. So for the Maybelline and Gigi Hadid palette to be like $30 from the drugstore is asinine. Come on. So it says here it comes with 2 concealers. The fuck? 2 concealers like in a palette, 2 lip balms, 4 eyeshadows, 1 blush, 1 bronzer, 1 highlight, 1 mini volume express, colossal mascara, and 1 mirror. Insanely overpriced if you ask me. The thing here of what I have to say is not trying to compare everything to BH Cosmetics and not trying to compare everything to Morphe, but when I look next to that, and I just purchased the 2 new holiday collection Morphe palettes that came out, which I will be doing videos on. I just purchased those and they're like $15 and they have a shit ton of awesome eyeshadows in there. I love Morphe eyeshadows. Not affiliated with them in any way. Unfortunately, Morphe x Kristi, when is this coming? I don't need a collaboration. I just would like, it's a code. I buy shit Morphe because of my Holy Grail palette. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying I deserve anything because I'm just another bitch on the internet, but just saying. This palette, for me, the price is double what it needs to be, given that it is Maybelline. Now, I'm not talking shit about Maybelline. I'm wearing a Maybelline lipstick right now. I love some products from Maybelline. I just think the price for what it is unbelievably high, and I've gone off on a tangent. Makeup's just getting really expensive, and I'm super fucking over it. All right, so another product that I will not be buying are the Kat Von D Metal Crush Highlighter Palette. For me, I am just really not a fan of pink/lavender highlighters. Same with the new Becca Light Waves palette. Both look very similar to me, weirdly enough, and they're launching like right around the same time, but both of those to me do nothing for me. Now, I don't know how you guys feel, but I own a shit ton of highlighters downstairs, a lot of them being pink shades. For me, right here, right now, I'm wearing the Robert Lee Morris and MAC highlighter that I tried in my last video. So good. I'm literally obsessed with it. Oh, it's beautiful. Now, I know I'm not the majority here. You know, you guys like what you like and shit. But for me, I'm not going to wear a purple highlighter. I'm not going to wear a duochrome green highlighter. I'm not saying that that's what's in this collection. But for me, like these highlighter palettes, I get it. It makes a lot of sense. Kat Von D, you know, is expanding her brand and coming out with products she's never done before. There's something about it. I'm not going to buy it. I did just buy the Saint and Sinner palette, which I have mixed thoughts on. I have not used it yet. But you guys let me know what you want me to do. Because I want to do what you guys want. And I am all ears. With my reviews, do you like me to continue to do them the way that I have, where I open the palette, I swatch all of the colors, I do an eye makeup look for you, and I give you my first impressions and final thought after my first trial of use? Or would you prefer that I use it a few times and then come on camera and do a full in-depth review after I have my thoughts and everything together? I have been doing my reviews the other way, and really none of my opinions have changed. Like when I used the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette, the first time I used it, great results, love the product. Second time, great results, love the product. Third, fourth, fifth, I love it. So nothing's changed. Same with Subculture. I didn't like it the first time, I didn't like it the second time, and I didn't like it the third time. So for me, I feel like my first impressions are relatively accurate, but you never know, given that sometimes I try a product and hate it initially. Like when I first tried L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation, I didn't like it. I thought it was really greasy, and I was like, I don't know how people like this. Now it is one of my holy grail foundations. I'm wearing it right now. It's absolutely beautiful. So you guys let me know what you want. The Kat Von D Saint and Sinner palette has the Saint side and the Sinner side, and so obviously want to do 2 looks with it, so that would be 2 days worth of reviews. So I can do like my first impression with one side, second impression with the other, and then combine the 2. You guys let me know what you would prefer to see. Let me guys know. And that is it for, I think, all the products that currently I am not going to buy. Some of them just really aren't my shit, you know? Like I just, you know, Too Faced, unicorns, all the My Little Pony shit. Why? What is going on with My Little Pony? They are everywhere. If you guys want a tutorial on this, I did not film it. I just wanted to sit down and do my makeup today. I had so much fun doing it though. Very, very simple look. Very beautiful, I think. And I love the way it turned out, and it gives me a chance to use products that, you know, a lot of times I get these first impression videos going down and I don't show you guys a second impression or a tutorial. Like, do people watch tutorials nowadays? You guys tell me. Do you guys watch tutorials? I don't even know. that's it for this video. I hope you guys like this video. I tried not to be too negative, just a little negative, you know, just a little. I also will be trying some of the products again from my full face first impressions video that I just did. If you guys have not seen that yet, oh, it was a shit show. Actually, EX1 reached out to me and said that they did have an issue with a weird batch, so they will be sending me the foundation again to see if maybe I was part of getting part of the bad batch, which I hope, because I've heard really good things about the foundation. A lot of you guys told me in the comments that that primer is trashed, so I will not be using that primer again. I will be using the EX1. I will be using a smaller amount, even though I only used about 2 pumps. And I pumped out like 4 on the back of my hand, but I ended up scraping most of it back in the bottle. I want to try it again, and I want to see if I can get it to work for me, because I think everyone else loves it. What's wrong with me? Alright guys, well thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have not yet, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You guys can also follow me on all my other social media stuff. Everything is RawBeautyKristi. Also give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. It lets me know what you guys like to see. Also you guys can leave any video requests that you have in the comments down below. Alright guys, well thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at my next video. Bye! I don't get PR Tarte. What? There's a trillion makeup products out now. I also will be retrying some of the products that I just did in my